Hey, what's going on? Welcome back to the channel. In this video, we're going to be taking a look at Cosmos Atom. I do want to say that I'm not a financial advisor. You should do your own research before investing money into crypto. Now, if you haven't seen the previous update, make sure to watch that before watching this one. It's going to be linked in the top right-hand corner of the screen. Now, without further ado, let's get straight into the video. So, taking a look at Cosmos on the daily chart through TradingView, we have the same Fibonacci retracement from every single video that we have. And I've had this probably for almost 2 years now, well, close to 2 years. So we have the swing high in May of 2021, and we have the swing low in March of 2020. So we had our initial bounce in June of 2022, and then we had a nice move to the upside. Then we had our move to the downside, and we bounced off the 0.618 level, and now we're having a slight move to the upside. So what my hope is that we break out of this descending broadening wedge pattern that we find ourselves in, and that's where Cosmos is going to see a very strong move to the upside, hopefully, and retesting, at least retesting $17.37, if not even going higher and probably attacking $21 here. So let's zoom in a little bit more to see what's going on. Actually, I do want to switch over. Actually, no, this is going to be fine. I wanted to switch over to the daily, but this is fine. So the last time we did an update on Cosmos, that was probably last Saturday. And I said in that video that right now we find ourselves in a bear flag, because you do have the pole here with the move from December 14th into December 17th, and now you're having a channel up pattern. And here you broke out of it. I said that you would need to break the resistance of this to invalidate the pattern, and that's exactly what you did. Thus, the pattern has been invalidated. And we are sitting on the 55 or slightly above the 55 EMA on the daily, so that's a very strong sign as well. If we do get a bullish cross here, that's also going to be a nice sign, but in a bear market, the bullish cross on the daily chart really doesn't mean all that much. Now, an important resistance level for us here to look out for is $10.57. As you can see, we had multiple tests of that level in the past couple of months. So we had 2 tests in December, and we had multiple tests in November. So if we manage to break above that and back test it as support, that's going to be a pretty strong thing to do. Just like we had a back test of support here, as you can see, we just wicked really to that area, and then we came back up. So this is a pretty important level for us to break. Now, the next level after that would be this low that we printed in October 2022 at $11.25. That would be our next target. From where we are right now, that's another 8.7%. After that, we would have the next resistance trend line at $12.56. And then the next major resistance level would be all the way up here where the yellow trend line is, because that's the trend line that has kept us down for quite a while since September. So we had our first touch in September, another move to that trend line in November, and potentially here another retest in January with a further move to the downside, potentially coming back down to the golden ratio once again. And as you can see, the golden ratio, the 0.618 Fibonacci level, has been holding us as support pretty strongly. We had one bounce here in November, we had a second bounce here in December. So if we have a pullback in January, I would be looking at the same 0.618 level to hold us up. However, if we do see a further collapse into the golden buy zone here, the support block, anywhere from $8 all the way down to $7.37, I've had this for quite a while on the chart as well. So this golden support block is something to keep an eye on as well, because many months ago I said that we could retest this, and this could be our local bottom here for Cosmos if we drop down and lose the golden ratio. But we really haven't done that. We haven't lost the golden ratio. That's why we're still holding strong. And with this pullback that we got in December, to be honest with you, I was expecting us to come back and retest the support of the broadening descending wedge, but that didn't happen either, although we did have many retests in the past couple of months since September. So hopefully we can break out of this pattern, but usually this is a very bearish pattern and we tend to drop out from there. So let's see what happens here. And yeah, so you have a multiple resistance levels. Keep those on your chart. Draw those out as well, just to have them in your sight. Because if you're coming back down, or if you're coming back to my videos to get the levels every couple of minutes, that would be really a waste of time. So just have this on your chart. Learn to draw on the charts. Learn to use the fib retracements, the trend lines, and you should be good to go. Now, jumping into the daily RSI, let's see what's going on here. So I did show this yellow support trend line in the last video, but we did manage to break below that, or that wasn't actually in the last video, but I think 2 weeks ago, we did have a little wick below that, and then we had sort of a back test of support of that area, as you can see where the yellow trend line crosses with the green support trend line. And for those of you who don't know, the green support trend line is something that we have been targeting since May. We had another retest in June. We almost touched it here in November, and then we had a move towards the downside, a little fake out here in December with a, look at this move. I mean, look at this. And I told you guys this would be a very good buying opportunity at the green trend line. And look what's happening right now. We're getting a pretty strong, wait, what's that? That's not what I wanted. We're getting a pretty strong move to the upside here, as you can see. And we're very close to the overbought. So potentially you could be looking at some potential swing trading opportunities. Not yet, but fairly soon, once we start getting above the index of 70. As you can see, we are breaking above this local resistance trend line that we've had since September that has kept us down. So I would just be paying attention to this. And if we reach the resistance block above us, the yellow resistance block, that's where I would take some profits and buy back at a potential back test of the blue trend line here, because you never know, you could have a bounce from here and another strong impulsive move to the upside. So you don't want to be sitting with your money, right? You want to buy in once you reach your target. So for example, you want to buy in at a 5% pullback. You wait for a 5% pullback, you buy in, you don't deviate from your plan. Great. Profitable swing trade, you increased your position in terms of coins. Great. But if you sell here and you wait until it goes down all the way there, obviously you could do that. And probably maybe it will go back down there. I don't know. But just hoping for that, blindly hoping is, it could work 1, 2, 3 times. But on the 4th time, you do something like this and you sell here and then you expect it to go back down here and it does something like this, right? And you've just lost, you managed to not make a lot of profit. So that's exactly what I'm not trying to do. I'm trying to do the opposite. I'm trying to make profit here. So we still are going to be targeting the green trend line here. That's still a pretty important level for us. We're going to be targeting the pink trend line as well, because we have managed to retest that multiple times in the past 3 to 4 months as well, actually in the past 3 months. So we'll keep an eye on the RSI, but like I said, if we get into the overbought, that's where I would be taking profits. Now I do want to switch over to the Binance website. And before we continue, I quickly want to ask you, do you value your privacy? If the answer is yes, then you must take a look at ExpressVPN. ExpressVPN offers you the privacy that you deserve, no activity logs and no connection logs. Your internet provider won't be able to access anything, and anyone using the same open free Wi-Fi in the cafe as you won't be able to do any harm or breach your security. You can use the ExpressVPN application on any device. You can connect it to your PlayStation, or you can even connect it to your router so that anyone who connects is automatically secured. Or if you're looking to access any region-blocked content on your streaming platform, well, ExpressVPN can do that as well. If you're living in the Netherlands and you want to access a TV show that's only available in Japan, well, my friend, you can do that with ExpressVPN. You can use the link down below in the description and get a discounted price along with 3 extra months for free. You can get your money back if you don't like it, but I don't see any reason why you wouldn't like it, because we all need the privacy, and in today's age especially. And you can also pay with Bitcoin, so that's a really cool feature as well. And let's get on with the video. Taking a look at the Binance, we still have the Elliott wave theory, a wave structure here. Potentially this could be something that may play out. We still have the falling wedge pattern, and we're breaking out. We're trying to break out from the falling wedge. Our next major resistance level is going to be the 20 EMA on the weekly, and then the $12.30 area, which is the 0.382 Fibonacci retracement level based off of this fib that we have. And this is a different fib. So this one has the swing high back in January this year, 2022, January 2022, and the swing low in June 2022. We managed to run back into the 0.5, came back to the 0.236, and now potentially we're going to have another go at the 0.5, and hopefully we're going to break above this time and break above that resistance block and potentially just hold it as support for a while, just so we can solidify in this area. But really breaking above the golden ratio at $20.11 is going to be the most important thing for us to do here, because if you manage to retrace to the golden ratio and get rejected back down, that's a dead cat bounce. And usually after a dead cat bounce, you retrace all the way back down to where you started the fib retracement, which is here, the swing low. Or potentially we could come back and retest the previous resistance of the support block. That would also be a very good thing technically. But yeah, let's see what happens here. We've seen these fake outs before, so as soon as we start breaking out, don't buy a bunch of Cosmos coins and think that you're going to the moon immediately. No, we need to see this backed by volume. So let's take a look at the volume indicator here and see what's going on. So we're getting good volume candles here. Hopefully if we start getting something along this here, right, that could be, and this was back in June of 2022, this could be a very good sign. If we start getting these candles, that's going to show that there is a lot of people buying into the coins, and that will support the breakout. That will be your validation. So if we're having a breakout and you're having a bunch of red candles, or there is no volume coming in, that's probably going to be a fake out. And the weekly RSI here, we're looking to retest the light blue resistance trend line that we have retested once in June, once in December, and once in October. So potentially that's going to be where we might take some profits and buy back in lower at these levels. So that has been it for Cosmos Atom. Thank you all for watching. I'm going to see you in the next one. Feel free to follow me on Twitter and check out my Patreon. Goodbye and good night.